Welcome back for another video, guys. Today we're going to do a quick review on this Pittsburgh hoist. Now, I'm not a mechanic. I bought this for farm use, some various applications, and more specifically, I actually bought it to pick up this big anvil. So the anvil on the base is around 1,500 pounds, and when I need to clean up underneath it, I wanted something I can move around here in the garage and then be able to fold it up and get it out of the way. So I gotta say, I picked this up at Harbor Freight. I do like the fact that the legs fold up, so we're using less space. And another thing about this is just the functionality of it. It's simple to use and it does exactly what I want to do. So let's get on with the video and I'll show you what we've got. Now the thing I was talking about as far as the legs folding up, this is just real simple to do. And like I said, it keeps it down and out of your way. These legs will lay forward, then you put your pin back in. There we go. Now that's not an easy job, but it is doable. Let's grab a hold of this other side. Alright, I'm going to get this other leg folded down. Now watch your fingers here. There's definitely some pinch points going on. Now, alright. Like I said, this anvil here is the main purpose for me picking this thing up, and occasionally I like to lift the anvil up and sweep out from underneath it if we've been using it pretty heavy. Make sure you guys can see. Now, and this works just like a bottle jack. So get this thing lifted up. Now this anvil on the base is about 1,500 pounds. It's a big anvil. Proud to own it. This is a Fisher anvil, manufactured in 1913. Alright, now, got about where we need to be. I'm going to swing the boom out here a little bit. Lift you guys up so you can see that. Now another great thing that this can be used for is if you have heavy items in the back of your pickup truck. This thing will lift all the way up to this 8-foot ceiling here with no problem. So if you've got something heavy in the back of your pickup truck that you need to lift out, this is definitely going to make it easy for you. Bolt over here. Now and again, there's pinch points on all of this. If I just pulled this bolt out and not have a hold of the boom here, she'd have slid right out on the ground for me. So it is really simple to operate though. There we go. Now we'll put our jam nut back on here to hold that bolt in. You can also replace this bolt with a simple receiver pin that has a roll pin that you can clip in here. That way you're not having to fumble around with this nut and bolt. That might make it a little easier. Roll back a little bit. Now, there is some precautions you need to take with these things. Once you get it lifted up, all of that pressure is setting on a really small set of O-rings inside this bottle jack. So don't get yourself into a situation where you've got something heavy lifted and try to get underneath it or around it or anything like that until you have it secured, because you don't want to have your life depending on this thing. So be careful. Alright, let's get some straps ready and we'll get this thing lifted off there so I can sweep underneath it. It's always like everything else. There's always one more tool that you need to get the job done, right? But, like I said, when you're lifting heavy things like this, always try to get the right tools, because once you get something like this suspended, things can go wrong pretty quick. Get that guy out of that hook there. Now we've got her. I bet better slide this over and go ahead and thread that right through that hole, so I don't have to worry about the locking hook on inside the hook itself there. All right, let's lift this up and see what's going to happen. Now always try to get everything as centered up as you can. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, no problem. That is a lot of Anvil. All right, let me get you zoomed down here. We can see, and we've got it off the ground now, off the floor. So she's suspended. I'm just going to roll that back just a little bit so I can sweep underneath it, and we'll put it right back in the same spot. That is a lot of Anvil. Now these steel wheels that's on here, if your floor is rough and things like that, it may give you a hard time, because it really doesn't like to roll on uneven surfaces. So that is something to consider before you purchase one of these. Let me move it back just a little more. All right. Now, because I'm not lifting it up very far, I'm not too concerned with I could actually set this back down on the floor until I got it cleaned up here, but I'm going to be pretty quick at what I need to do. Get all that scale off from underneath there. Okay. Now, got that done. I'm going to put it right back where I had it. I have that in a really good spot in relationship to the forge. And you get used to something sitting in one area, and it really does become handy. Get her spun around here. Alright, very good. Now, just lining up the marks on the floor and make sure I'm back to where I need to be. heavy, heavy Anvil. And I'm glad I'm not having to wrestle with this thing. So that's definitely... Now I'm going to zoom you guys in before we set this down and let you see that thing actually set back down on the concrete while I'm thinking about it. Get you pulled in there just a little bit. All right. Now you do, with a device like this, you have really good control over it. Just take your time and let it down slow. All right. Now I may have to move that around just a little bit, but we're cleaned up underneath it, and again, this lift worked perfectly for that. Okay? So, I'm going to show you how to lift the lawnmower with it. Alright. Everybody has to change blades on their lawnmower, and these things is get this position. These things are cumbersome at best. Now the way I lift this lawnmower up is I leave the parking brake engaged. And again, we're just simply going to use our lifting straps here. Get everything rigged back up. And a lot of you guys already have lawnmower jacks, and those work excellent too. Okay. But it's also trying to make the most out of a tool when you do buy it, and not have all this stuff stuck out in the way, because eventually your shop just gets so full that it's nice to be able to have several tools that can multi-purpose for you. Put that down just a little bit. Okay. Just drill thread through here. Like I said, with the legs being able to fold up on this hoist like this, that really does make it nice for a space saver inside your shop. Alright, let's lift this girl off the ground. Now, once I get it lifted up as well, I would put it on jack stands. That way I have access to the bottom of the lawnmower. But as you can see, I mean, it has no problem lifting that thing up. And truly, if you needed to, while you have this thing lifted up, you could release the parking brake, put your final drives in neutral, and you could actually roll it to a better spot to work on it inside your shop if you needed to. Because now that we have it supported by the lift, there's no trouble moving it around. Okay? And like I said, I would definitely put, if I was going to change the lawnmower blades, I would definitely put this up on jack stands. That way I didn't have any problem or concern about it falling off as I'm underneath there working on the blades. So always pay attention to what you have lifted above you. You don't want it falling on you. Okay? Alright, let's set that thing back down. I'll show you the real intent as to what I was planning on doing this morning with this thing. Get that shoved over just a little bit. Some wheels clear. Alright, right back down on the ground she goes. We are going to load this onto the trailer and lift a really heavy stump up onto the back of the trailer so I can bring it to the burn pile. Now this thing's pretty heavy, so be careful here if you have to move this thing around and lift around on it, because it is heavy. Falling through. Alright. Alright, we're going to get that thing strapped down, then we're going to get that stump. Let's see. I think she'll ride, guys. Alright guys, we've made it to our destination. And right here behind me, this is why I put the hoist on the trailer. I want to be able to lift this stump up and put it on the trailer and then take it up to the burn pile. That thing's going to weigh probably at least 300 pounds, I don't know. But rather than having to fight with it, we're just going to hoist it up and set it on the back of the trailer. It's heavy enough it's pulling a mule back. Put a little more. There we go. Alright, let me bounce that chain a little bit. I'm glad I put that stiff leg on the back of this trailer, I can tell you that. Okay. Swing that away from the back of the trailer there. I tell you what, I still got some lift left on this thing. Let me show you what we got going on there. Make sure you can see. I mean, that dude's stacked up there in the air now. Get this chain out of the way. There we go. Like I said, guys, It is from Harbor Freight. It's a Pittsburgh. I'm thinking it was $159. And it is a 2-ton rated hoist. And you can move the boom in and out depending on what you're lifting. And it is on hard casters. Okay. So again, I'm not a mechanic. I had bought this for various uses on the farm, and today was one of those. And I got to say, it just earned its money to me. Well, there we have it, guys. Again, you've seen everything there that we done with it. I guarantee you, as you have that in your arsenal as far as tools, you would find more uses for it than I'm even thinking about. So I guarantee you it has no trouble lifting up the back of the mule if I needed to. So be convenient for changing tires or whatever, you know. And again, now there is some pinch points on this thing, so when you're folding the legs up and different things like that, watch your fingers, because you'd lose one. This pretty heavy made. Overall, I'm impressed with it. As I just said a little earlier there, today it's earned its money as far as I'm concerned, because I'm most certainly glad I didn't have to wrestle that stump onto the trailer. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I guarantee you'll see something different every time you tune in. And I really do thank you for watching. And if you do like this video, subscribe for us. We'd appreciate it. Have a good day. What do you think?